All right, Shalom. This is Marawchaad. All right. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh. Do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. This is a Marawchaad Reading, and I'm going to be doing this out through the month. All right. I'm going to try to continue this through the Spirit. And all I'm going to be doing is just reading. I'm going to be reading Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, and so on. But all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reading the first 12 chapters of each book, and then I'm going to continue on to the next and continue on in the next. All right? Until we get all the way to the end, until we get to Revelation, the volume of the book will come all the way back to Genesis. And then we'll read the next 12 chapters, next 12 chapters, next 12 chapters, so on and so on. So through the Spirit, I pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that this reading can continue, and those who have any commentary, I don't mind you saying anything during the video. I'm gonna stay on topic at all times, and keep your commentary during the video in the spirit. Foul language, no talking to people crazy. People don't be talking crazy. And I'm glad to answer them if I can. I'm not going to be presumptuous. I'm not going to do that. So just let's continue this, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over from yesterday. So I got some more things I want to run into, all right? So, hey, just get your swords and follow in. Swords and follow. And when you get done, get your sword and follow in. All right. This is Genesis chapter 6 from the top. All right. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they looked, and they took them wives, of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with men, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. All right. Verse 5. And God saw that the wicked ones of men was great in the earth, and every imagination of thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy men whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I had made them. Verse 8, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These, so after he just said that he was going to kill everybody and every creeping thing, he said, but Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Now let's continue on to find out what happened. Verse 9, these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with Yahweh. So the Most High saw that he was perfect and he walked in his ways. All right. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before Yahweh, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Room shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without. And shall pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof. With lower, second, and third story shalt thou make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee, and of every living thing of flesh. Verse 19. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female, of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind. 2 of every sort shall thou come into thee, to keep them alive. And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food, for thee and for them. All right. Thus did Noah, according to all that Yahweh commanded him, so did he. All right, verbatim. Thus did Noah, according to all that God commanded him, so did he. So let's touch up on a couple of things. All right. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go back and we're going to touch upon things in that chapter, in chapter 6. What did you guys notice about in chapter 6?
The disgust that the Most High had with Israel at that time.
Yeah.
Because of the sins that they was committing.
Come. And what did he say about that? What did he say about it? Can you go to a precept?
What did he say about them?
Yeah, I want precepts.
Like you want to go into the verse.
Genesis chapter 6 and verse 5.
Come, read that.
He
That's what I was
said,
talking about.
and God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of his heart, every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Come. And within that same precept right there, it's also telling you what the heart is. A lot of people think that, you know what I'm saying, hey, I follow my heart, that big muscle that's in their chest.
Come.
And the Most High God just told you, and you know what I'm saying, in the beginning, what the heart was.
You can't follow your heart. Like the muscle. You can't follow it. You can follow your mind.
Get that precept. The heart is get that. So he said, and God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. It said, watch this. And of his heart was only evil continually. And that every imagination of thoughts of his heart. Every imagination of thoughts of his heart. Everything that he thought, that's his heart right there. Also, that's also telling me that that's his mind. Bring out that precept.
It's Jeremiah 17:9.
Precept upon precept, right?
The heart is deceitful above all things.
The what?
The heart is deceitful above all things.
So every wicked thing that came to their heart, you got to know that his heart is wicked above all things, man. Your imagination takes you elsewhere. That's why, I tell a lot of people to stop playing imaginary games with your kids. Like, stop that, man. Imagine kids walking around the house like with imaginary friends and stuff. And that was, that's one of them, And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. So imagine what the kids was doing. He said, man, woman is a man. So the women was like that too. The kids was like that too. You know, but they had a kind of an overall understanding. You know what I mean? What the heart was. They wasn't doing what we was doing. You know, we in Babylon. It's confusing everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what else you want to point out in here? What else?
Or that the Most High, he was done with them. He gonna destroy them.
Yeah.
But also I seen that he showed grace upon Noah because Noah
Second Thessalonians 2 and 3.
Noah was keeping the commandments. Noah wasn't thinking evil like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Come. Go ahead. He wasn't.
And
He wasn't. Did you share that already?
like in verse, what did you say? Let's see.
So it was just every wickedness. So imagine today in Babylon, all that wickedness is going on. You know, the same spirits carried on from that flood. The same spirits. You know, that same wickedness, that imagination. When you let your imagination run wild, that's the thing. And the mind is wicked above all things. This is very deceiving. You know. And what else I want to touch up on? The ark. Cubits. I want to touch on that too. And he said, and make the, this is Genesis chapter 6 and verse 14. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Room shalt thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion. What's up?
Where's pitch?
What's pitch make it? If you want to really be sure, let's find out. Let's go to the Strongs. Let's go to the Strongs
Pitch
for
is like
edification.
Because I remember in music class we used pitch.
Well, like sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is it different?
Yeah.
If I throw a pitch, if I
Or like
that
you know
sound,
the saying like pitch dark.
yeah. So I believe it has a different meaning. We'll find out through the spirit.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out right now. Find out through the spirit real quick.
Probably blue letter.
Huh?
Probably blue letter.
Yeah, that's what I'm right now.
Black.
Okay, so you got ransom, satisfaction, bride, camp hire, pitch, sum of money, village, price of a life, ransom, bride, asphalt, pitch, as a covering, the Hannah plant, name of a plant, Hannah, village, you know, satisfaction. So we're gonna say, make thee an ark of gopher wood. Room shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without, with pitch.
Pitch is like sealant.
What's up?
Pitch is like sealant.
Seal it.
Yeah, like waterproof. Like waterproof.
So like cover it, like cover it with something.
No, not covering. It's like It's like think of it paint, but it's not paint. They use it in making ships, so no water can get in it.
Okay. Look, you got Google on your phone? BITU.
I know.
Okay. So it's bitumen. Bitumen. That was the cover he did. All right. He had put a covering on it. So their pitch was it was used for a coating. So when he said pitch, it was a coating that he put on the ship. Make thee an ark of gopher wood, room shalt thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without with pitch. So pitch covering within and without with pitch.
So kind of
And
like
without the outside as well. So you're gonna put a coating on the inside. So this coating was gonna seal it.
it's kind of like a tarp.
No, it's not a tarp. It's kind of like a sealment they use to seal up cracks and stuff.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
what's it called that they use with the ground?
This is a black vicious
On the ground?
mixture of hydrocarbons obtained naturally or as a residue from petroleum distillation. It is used for road surfacing and roofing.
Cement.
No, it's not cement. They use that black tar.
Tar. That's what. That's
That's
For
what it
roads,
says in there. What
for
did you
roads
say?
and roofing.
I told you that.
For
I
roads and
couldn't understand
You
roofing.
what
said
said.
tarp. I said tarp.
For roads and roofing. Keep that down. Man. Keep that down.
Okay.
All right. Let's not get too much into that. We learn. All right. So we found that out what the covering with the pitch was. It was the tar that he wiped inside and outside. It's like it's, you know, we're not gonna go too much into that. Okay, cool. So what I want to touch upon, we'll just move from that. All right. So we touched upon the heart. We touched upon the imagination. That's in chapter 6. We touched on the imagination. Let's see if I might want to touch upon something else right here. Let's see. All right, now we'll touch upon that next one. That's going to be a good one. I got my precept ready for it. So what we'll do is, if you have commentary, we'll touch up on the giants. All right. So if y'all want to touch upon the giants in the commentary, just comment, and then we'll go in on the giants. All right. Cool. So now let's go to let's see. All right, cool. So let's go to Genesis. Let's start back at 16. Let's start from 16. A window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories, shalt thou make it. All right. So he's gonna put levels on it. He's gonna put when you walk into the door, it's gonna be this level, second level, then the third level. All right. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven. That's everybody that can breathe. That's that breath of life. All right. And everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee will I establish my covenant, my agreements. All right. He's gonna. That covenant is this agreement. All right. And thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee, and of every living thing of all flesh. All right, slacking. I read that already. So Genesis 7, 1 and 24. Slacking. All right. This is Genesis 7. We're going to start there. And this is Genesis chapter 7, verse 1. And the Lord said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. So he was the righteous of all that generation. He's the only righteous person.
That's crazy. That's about like a million when he's the only one.
More than a million, man. Cool. It says a lot, man. Verse 2. Of every clean beast shalt thou take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. Of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
Oh, wow.
And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. And Noah did according to all, until all that the Lord commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, into the ark, because of the waters of the flood, of clean beasts, and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in two and two unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. And in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, right? In the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. So everything had broken up. All right. Verse 12, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And the selfsame day entered Noah, and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh. Give me some water, Robert Kusher. Wherein the breath of life, wherein is the breath of life. Verse 16. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him. And the Lord shut him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark. And it was lifted up above the earth, and the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth. And the ark went up the face of the waters.
And the ark went upon the face of the waters. Verse 19. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. So now you got the waters were above the mountains, and you got the waters that are already in the sea. Because remember, everything broke up. Everything broke up and just, went underwater. So now you got waters added to the waters. All right. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth. Wow. Verse 21. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beasts and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land, died. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the air, and the fowl of slight, and the fowl of heaven. And they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. So that's that flood. All right, now we're about to go into chapter 9, and it's going to tell us a whole lot. All right, it's going to tell us what happened. After the the Most High made the floods go away. We'll tell you a lot about the sun going into the next chapter after that. All right, so just pay attention. So I'm going to start at Genesis 8:1 real quick. And God remembered Noah and every living thing and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters as sways. He made the waters to cease. All right, let's look more into that. Assuaged in the Hebrew, 70 is Hebrew. It's in the Strong's Hebrew 79:18. Makes it cease, abate, a flood, cease. Meaning the waters were hostile. They left in a hostile way too. They just dried up and everything. It was just, but the waters was hostile. So he made the waters to stop. He made it stop raining and everything else. All right. Let me. I'm gonna skip down to 15 real quick, just to stay in context of what I'm going to talk about. All right, this is Genesis chapter 8 and verse 15. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife and thy sons wife with thee. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth. See, he actually told the animals the same thing. He gave them a charge. All right. He said, Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. They're in order. Everything else is in order but us. The water is in order too. Air is in order. Everything else is in order but us. The people that's supposed to be ruling order. Exactly. Everything's in order but us. And we're not even looking at it like that. Wasn't he talking about the ant? What was that one precept? You know what I'm talking about? How the ants are in order.
The ants work as a.
Get that real quick.
I don't know what it says.
Oh, you don't know what it says? Just try to get it. All right. He said even the ants are in order. All right. This is verse 18. And Noah went forth, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth after their kind went forth out of the ark. All right. Salaki. All right. And every beast, and every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth after their kind went forth out of the ark. And Noah builded an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast and every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor. And the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer, and winter, and day and night shall not cease. That said a lot in verse 22. All right, that said a whole lot in verse 22. We'll touch up on that next time as well. All right, we're going to touch up on that, verse 22. But let's touch up on that. Some of these.
This is a precept.
Which one?
Proverbs 66. Go to the end. So basically, most high basically go to the end.
Okay, hold on. Let me look up the
Cross reference.
No, not that. So, what do we all notice about ants when we see them? They're in order. They will carry a piece of bread to a ant molehill. They'll carry apples. They'll carry everything, and they're all working together, right? They're always working there. Every time I see, when we see them at camp, I'm like, man, don't step on these ants. Don't step on them ants, man. They're in order.
I looked it up. When ants go as an army, they can lift up 3,000 pounds. 3,000 pounds plus times their weight.
We'll look into that more. It's kind of glitchy, just saying. But yeah, I understand. So, what is the meaning of sluggard? Is what I want to ask you. I'm gonna tell you, sluggard is a near do well, lay about, do nothing, idler, they're idle, loafer, longer, good for nothing, a slacker, a slug, lazy bone, bum, couch potato. All right, that's a sluggard. So we're gonna go to Proverbs 6:6. It says, "Go to the ant." Why he wants you to go to the ant? He wants you to see how they work. Just go get a magnifying glass without the sun burning. You know, have some respect for the creatures we're supposed to take care of and watch them. See how in order they are. They're in order, all right? And there's nobody ruling rigorously over somebody else. They're in order. So he said, go to the ant, thou sluggard, lazy couch potato, you loafer, you're idle. You know what I mean? Consider the ways and be wise. Consider the ways. All right, we know what I'm considering, that they're immaculate order. They work together, man. Nobody's fighting. Nobody is talking shit to one another. Nobody's exalting themselves over everybody. Working together. And the thing is this. When you see ants and you see the creatures all working together, this is what you don't see. Proverbs verse 6 and 7, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler. You don't see none of that amongst them, and they still work together. All you see is a bunch of Indians and no chiefs. I think they got a queen ant.
Yeah, they have a queen ant.
Even they got their king. They got their king. You know what I'm saying? They do. bees got their queen bee. You know what I'm saying? They got their king ruling over them, telling them what they're supposed to do. Everybody's in order, but us. Man. Crazy. Man. And what else? Noah made sacrifices as well. That's another thing. You know, he got that from Adam. He an Adamite. You know what I'm saying? He came from Adam. What else in here? Again, and the Lord smelled, hey, lets you know the Most High has a body. He can smell. Yeah, we got this incense burning for the Most High to smell, you know, to bless this reading, you know, with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you know, so he smells. If he can smell, he has a nose. He can smell, you know what it smells like. You know what I mean? Tells you if the man can smell and everything else, he got a body. He's not just a spirit. People are like, he's a spirit. Spirits don't smell. Right. But that while the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. So let me pop over here real quick. I want to touch up on something in the next chapter as well. We'll go to Genesis 9:1, drop down, you know, to the next chapter. And God blessed Noah. This is Genesis 9:1. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, and upon all the fishes in the sea. Until your hand are they delivered. Start over. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, and upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all that moveth upon the earth. It's man and beast. And upon all the fishes of the sea, into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Even as the green herb have I given you on things. Hey, it's meat. All right. Verse 4. Let me see. I ain't gonna go over 4 yet. Hold on, I want to touch up on the meat thing real quick. Give me Sirach, Genesis 1:29. This is a touch up on about that. People doing the smoking, you know, just they're taking it too far, man.
All right.
He said, and every moving thing that liveth, so this is Genesis chapter 9 verse 3. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. He added that in with the things that you're supposed to eat. And the green herb is for meat. You know, you're not supposed to take advantage of it. You know, it's for a purpose. You know, not to be a pothead and smoke all day and every day. All right? Read that.
This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 29. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed.
And this is at the time of Adam. When he was telling Adam, he's giving you every herb bearing seed. So if you have watermelons, oranges, apples, grapes, bananas, and they don't have seeds in them, bananas have the seeds at the end, at the bottom of the banana. When you fill it open, it's at the bottom of it. It's at the bottom of the banana, all right? So every fruit should have seed. Every man bearing seed as well. You know what I'm saying? The same thing. The same thing in the same fashion as he made fruit, he made man. All right. Finish reading.
which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree which is in the fruit of a tree yielding seed, you it shall be for meat.
It shall be for meat. Supposed to be eating it. No. No. Yes. All right. No smoke. Eat it.
For people that don't understand,
Yeah, don't eat. You can drink it. Tea time. You know what I'm saying?
you can spread it.
Yeah, yeah. You most they got everything now. You know what I mean? It's, butter in your food. Cook some grits. You know, but it's for a purpose. I mean, I don't want you to do that so Slovakia. Don't take advantage of that stuff, man. You're not supposed to abuse it. It's for a purpose, okay? Especially in these times of captivity, it's good to take it. Depression, can't eat, you know what I mean? But don't abuse it, man. You just all the time, man. You just wicked, man. That's just you want to be like that all the time, man. That's why people say it's a gateway drug. But that's this is Babylon. Everybody's oppressed. You know what I mean? That's why they move from weed to crack, because they're oppressed. And other hard drugs, opiates and all that stuff, all that man-made stuff. Nah, man, leave that stuff alone. Wicked as hell. All right. Read Genesis 9:4 and read the 29 brother for sure. I'm telling you what you read.
Genesis 9:4 to 24.
Genesis 9 and verse 4. And read the 29.
This is Genesis chapter 9:4. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall you not eat.
So he's talking about cannibalism, right? The flesh you should not eat. Read.
And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it.
And so who broke that law? Tribe of
Issachar.
and the tribe of Zebulun. That's Tekla and Alliance. They was sacrificing unto each other, man. Eating each other. Hey man, get that
Edomites too, 'cause they be, all
we got that precept, get that precept.
all that stuff they be doing.
It's in there. It's right in there. Get that.
To what precept, bro?
Well, it was sacrificing.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Good.
Go to precept next to for Deuteronomy 33 and 18 and 19.
I got it right here. Watch this. I'll find it. Excuse me. We gotta get this precept. Can you pick it up and give it to me?
Oh.
That's why I need that index. It's on that this breakdown. I see it on this one. This
Do you want to look it up?
one. Let's finish what we came to do.
Sacrificing the flesh.
Let's finish the reading. Come on, finish the reading.
Oh,
Come on. Finish the reading.
come, go to it. This is Genesis chapter 9, verse 5. And surely your blood of your lives will I require.
For cannibal is going to require your blood. All right, read.
At the hand of every beast will I require it.
So he's not going to come down here himself and do it. He's going to require it by a beast. Or what else?
And at the hand of men.
Right?
And at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man.
So you don't know what's going to get you, a beast, a man, or your cousins, neighbors. You don't know what's going to happen, man. Read.
Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed.
Say that again.
Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed.
Exactly. So that goes into, for the land is defiled. You know what I mean? So Esau got to get his blood shed. All right. That goes on with a lot of prophecies. He said this then, and it's the same thing continually. All right, read.
For in the image of God made he man.
That's right. Read.
For you be ye fruitful and multiply.
So he's telling Noah and them to be fruitful and multiply, and his sons. All right, read.
Bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein.
All right.
And God spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And I behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you.
So he's going to establish his agreements, his covenants with his kids and all the kids after him. All right, read.
Of the fowl of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth, with you.
And also with the cattle, all the beasts, all the creeping little things he's made this covenant with. All right, read.
From all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither all flesh be cut off anymore.
Right.
By the waters of a flood, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth.
Huh.
And God said, This is a token of the covenant which I make between me and you,
Right.
and every living creature that is with you, for perpetual generations.
Right. Read.
I do set my bow in the cloud.
He said my what?
My bow.
Bow.
Oh.
So he said I set my bow in the cloud. Read.
And it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth.
Let's look up that bow. Let's see if it's a like bow and arrow. You got the arrow, you got the bow. So let's see what it is. Let's make sure. Because we know it's like a bow, right? When you look at a bow, it's just like that, right? So turn it upside down. I mean, not turn it upside down, but you see it in the sky, it's a bow. You turn it upside down, shoot his arrows at you because he ain't got this agreements with you, or everybody, they transgressing. So when he starts shooting stuff at you, like those missiles, that's the old covenant leaving away. Hey, he just gonna turn that sucker upside down. Wow. And here come them missiles, man. Let's see. We went to the Strongs.
All right, this is bow in the Hebrew. This is kosheth. All right, the outline of biblical usage is a bow for hunting battle, bowmen, archers, rainbow.
So that bow is the Most High God's weapon.
Covenant.
This is covenant, but it's his bow. All right.
Because
Go ahead.
basically what it used in the context is because this is what we're reading right now is is the covenant that he made with Noah that he won't flood the earth. So
Exactly.
with that was the rainbow.
So he put his weapon down.
Yeah.
Exactly. He put that weapon down. The flooding the earth. And he gave you his boat. He's not going to use that no more. All right? He's not going to use the water no more. He put that down. He's like, here you go. This is his covenant. Here goes my weapon. This is the boat. You know, when you figuratively think about it, you know, you go into it. It's just heat. There you go. All right, read.
Genesis chapter 9, verse 13. I do set my bow in the cloud.
I what?
I do set my bow in the cloud,
Read.
and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth.
All right.
And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant which is between me and you.
And he said, go back a verse. Go back a verse.
And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud.
Read.
And I will remember my covenant which is between me and you,
Right.
and every living creature of all flesh. And the water shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh.
The verse one.
Verse 16.
All right, keep going.
And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature.
So what else we can say about this precept right here? Read that again.
And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it,
and he's going to look upon it. Read.
that I may remember the everlasting covenant.
That he may what?
Remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh.
What is synonymous with this precept right here?
Like another precept.
Exactly. What is synonymous to this precept? What can we say is synonymous? Because he's going to look upon that rainbow, remember the everlasting covenant he had with us. This is synonymous with something. Give me Numbers 15 and 38.
Numbers 15:38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of the garments throughout the generations, that they put the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Right.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that you may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, and that you
to look upon them and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them. It's just synonymous. It just goes together. You know what I mean? The Most High looks upon the rainbow as an everlasting covenant with us. And he's also telling us to look upon the fringe with the border of blue, and so we can remember all our commandments and do them. You know what I mean? What's up, you good? The continents.
I'm just listening.
Oh, okay. So that is just synonymous with that. You know, the Most High is doing it. You know what I mean? And he's going to give something for us to do it as well. You know, it's a good reminder.
Right.
You know, he has the rainbow cat for an everlasting covenant, and now he gives us our fringes for an everlasting covenant. Now, the rainbow is beautiful. They just, you know, the white man mess up anything. Hold on, man. Let me do something real quick. He messes up everything, man. He don't, you know. Let's see. Watch this. You don't stop at his ass, man. You just keep it going with wickedness, man. How you gonna take the Most High God's rainbow and turn it like that, man? What's this? Give me second Ezra's. Now give me Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 12.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 12. For the betwitching of naughtiness doeth obscure things that are honest.
So the white man always take things that are honest and demonizes them. Like they took the rainbow. Start that over again.
For the betwitching of naughtiness
For the switching up stuff, right?
doeth obscure things that are honest.
It just everybody's going around thinking. I mean, you know, they look at the shield, right? They look at the lily. Oh, that's a demonic star. You know, they take everything we got and make it look like it's evil, and it's real honest. You know what I mean? They just change the meaning of it. The betwixt they change the meaning of it into something real negative. You know, for the changing of something that's honest, they change it to a negative thing. Read.
And the wonder in the concupine, conspicuous,
This is Wisdom of Solomon 4:12. For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest, and the wandering of conspicuous doeth undermine the simple mind. So this is going to undermine the simple mind. You don't have an understanding of what this lily is about, or the honeycomb that's in between it. You don't understand what that honeycomb represents. You don't understand what this lily represents. So when you see things like this on a snowflake or a honeycomb, you know what I mean? So when you see things like this, you just don't understand.
pomegranate.
Pomegranate, exactly. So while I'm on it, let's give it another precept real quick. You know. Let's just keep it going a little bit. Let's see. You know, this truth is like a sweet honeycomb, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me see this. I'm not gonna go if I can't find it. I ain't gonna go too bad. See. That's all right. We ain't gonna go too much into it. I got the breakdown, but I ain't finna be looking for it all day. But go ahead and read that again. So now don't worry. Just go back to what we was reading. Slacking. I ain't finna go into everything like that. We're gonna finish our reading. And read to 29. Right.
Verse 17. And God said to Noah, this is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is his father of Canaan.
Mm-hmm.
Ham is the father of Canaan. So these are the three sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. So, and Noah began to be in husbandman, and he planted a vineyard. And he drank of the wine and was drunken. And when he was uncovered within his tent,
And when he was what?
and when he was uncovered within his tent,
Say that again and enunciate all the words so everybody can hear.
and when he was uncovered within his tent,
He was uncovered within his tent. That means he was inside of his tent uncovered. It means he was naked, right?
and Ham, the father of Canaan,
And who?
and Ham, the father of Canaan,
So we all know and understand that these Hamites are very disgusting people. They do a lot of sick things too, man.
booty holes and cows.
Yeah, man, they're real sick. Perverse people. Perverse. All right? So finish reading.
And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father.
Saw the what?
Saw the nakedness of his father.
Saw the nakedness of his father. So when you go to the book of Leviticus, and I believe they have in Deuteronomy 2, now I'm not going to be presumptuous in that part. When the book of Leviticus, you'll see they talk about the nakedness of your mother and your father, or your father's daughters not seeing the nakedness. You're not supposed to see that. Yeah. All right. We finish reading.
And told his two brethren.
And what?
And told his two brethren.
He went in there and told his two brothers, Ham, you sick, man. He said, oh, I want you to go see daddy's stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's go see our stuff. Abba in there naked. Let's go see him. I mean, if he went to go tell his other two brothers, he's sick. Let's go. And that's just something that young men and women, young boys and little girls don't need to see. They don't need to see your nakedness of their mothers and their fathers at a certain age, because they start to feel things. You know, they get hormones, puberty. It's a certain age where your children don't need to be looking at you. All right, read it.
And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father.
So they respected their father. They honored their father.
So they
Ham did.
So they took the blanket. They took the blanket and they went like this,
Yeah,
backwards, and walked backwards, and then they wrapped it. You say it was a Sharpie. I wrapped it and then turned around and then tied it.
Exactly. So them some righteous young men. Give me Sirach 30 and 10 real quick. Remember the verse that we stopped at.
So,
I want you to give me Sirach 3 and 10. Because that was very disrespectful, man. You gotta have whole lot of respect for your father. You know what I mean?
it's the books of Sirach, chapter 3, verse 10. Glory not in the dishonor of thy father.
So what did he do? He gloried in the dishonor of his father. He was mocking his father. Hey, y'all come in, look at I was sitting here naked. He was glorying in the dishonor of his father. All right? Or, finish reading that.
For thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee.
Just because you think just because you're disrespecting your father that it's going to be glory unto you, that's going to make you feel like a better person to dishonor your father like that?
No.
Nah. Read.
For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father.
You get your honor from your father, man. That's what you do. Your father, because you're being just like him. Your father is raising you in the way he should go. Proverbs 22 and 6. Raise a child in the way that he should go. That's his father's job, man. His mother molds him to a certain age, and then his father takes over. Start from the top.
Verse 11. For the glory of a man.
Verse 10.
Glory not in the dishonor of thy father.
You got young men these days. They just want to disrespect their father. Hey, remember that one? Have you remember this one show, Jackass? When it first started,
I remember that.
they used to beat the hell out their daddy. You know that drove that Lamborghini?
Yeah.
Man, beat the hell out their father.
Mm-hmm.
The show?
The show, yeah, for like lights and stuff, man. It when MySpace was big. I'm an old schooler, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When MySpace was big, before Facebook, it was all over MySpace, man. And dude used to beat the hell out of his father.
And play
Hey,
with him a
Nathaniel,
lot.
you remember that?
No, I remember the show, but I don't remember that.
Yeah. And he gloried in that, man. He was famous by messing with his father like that. Just made his father look like a punk. Read that.
For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father.
Start from the top, Baba Kushal. 10.
From 10.
Yeah, 10.
Glory not in the dishonor of thy father.
So he was glorying in the dishonor of his father. Read.
For thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee.
What is that gonna make? What is that gonna? Is that gonna make you ultimately rich? Is that gonna make you ultimately proud? Or do you feel good about dishonoring your father? What is that gonna do for you? You're just gonna look stupid. People ain't gonna want to hang out with you. I ain't gonna want to hang out with you. Disrespect your father. Like, out, man. I'm out. Read.
For the glory of a man is from the honor of his
Yeah, raise a child in the way he should go. The glory of every man comes from his father. That honor, that respect. When people see you out in the village and the cities and stuff, and they be like, hey man, that's Marawchaad city, man. They be like, that's Marawchaad little brother, you know what I mean? And the way they act, and that's, spiritual father, Read.
For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father, and a mother in dishonor is a reproach to the children.
When you disrespect the mother, is a reproach to the children. They're not gonna look at her in a respectful way. That's why you gotta watch it.
Come.
Like my wife, you know what I mean? I can't let their son sit there and disrespect them because the other kids are gonna look at her like I shouldn't respect them. You know what I mean? Or you should never disrespect your husband because it's gonna be a reproach unto the kids as well. Why should I respect him when you're not? You see what I mean?
Come.
That's breaking law. Read.
That was on that.
Keep reading.
Verse 12. My son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth.
So Ham should have been trying to help his father, just like the other two boys did. Ham didn't. Ham dishonored his father, man.
I bet Shem and Japanese when he came here, they was like, get out.
Yeah.
Get your dumb retarded self out of here.
Yeah, Ham disgusting, man. He's
Hey, yo, Japanese, let's go, huh?
Yeah. It's just like, what you doing all that for, man? What are you doing? Like, that's dishonor, man. If this like, imagine if his father was old and couldn't do that, he was laying there and he couldn't get the blanket on.
Come.
Why don't you just put the blanket on your father, man? Read.
And if his understanding fail, have patience with him.
And when you get in that old age, man, your father's mind is gonna fail. Have patience with him. Don't be like, damn, man, you stupid or something. Man, I can't believe this nigga my father, man. This nigga my father, man.
Nah, yeah.
Abba, come on, get it straight, man. What the hell are you losing your mind? Are you senile? That's what it's called, senile. You're losing your mind, man. Don't do that to your father, man. So your father had patience with you your whole life. He didn't give you away. You know what I'm saying? He didn't leave you on the front doors. If your father these days don't leave you, you're blessed. The Most High saw it fit, especially when your father's not idle. When he's just not, when he's there, when he's not just there doing just nothing. He's actually teaching you. You know what I mean? He's trying to be an example for you. That's a blessing, man. Read. And go to say that Noah taught them the law. That's the whole thing. Noah was not idle. Read.
And despise him not when thou art in thy full strength. For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten.
And you know how young men, when they get older, a lot of young men do that. Father get old, and the young men get older, and they get a lot stronger.
Yeah.
And they be like, man, I can whoop your ass right now. Excuse my language. And that's how they think. I'm big now, Daddy. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Or you know, you got the other kid. Remember I told you before, you got the other kid in the relationship. The other wife, you know what I mean? He used to whoop his ace when he was a little kid. Now he's grown over. So he figured he's strong now. You know what I mean? But if he don't know that, he's gonna that's why he just took so long. You know what I'm saying? Let's head back to Genesis. We're done with that. So Ham is dishonored his father. You know what I mean? He saw his nakedness when he wasn't supposed to see his nakedness. You know, he's doing those things.
Come on, this is Genesis chapter 9, verse 24. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him.
Noah woke from his wine. he woke up like, Ham.
Most High could have got him a vision or something.
Yep. He gets you in your sleep. That's when the Most High comes to you in your sleep. Read.
And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren.
Cursed be who?
Canaan.
Not him? He said cursed who?
Be Canaan.
So he didn't curse him. He cursed the son. Why is that? Why did he just curse the son? Can we get that in Exodus 20? Can we get that? Let's see why he cursed the son. Let's see. And he did the same thing to Rehoboam. Solomon, David, Solomon. What did Solomon do? Come on. What did Solomon do?
He committed adultery.
What kind of adultery?
What do you mean what kind of adultery?
What kind of adultery did he commit?
Committed spiritual adultery.
Yeah, idolatry. That's what he did.
Yeah, idolatry. Yeah,
exactly. So he didn't go to Solomon. He didn't take the kingdom out of Solomon's hand. He took the kingdom out of his son's hand. Same thing he didn't do to him. He didn't curse him. He cursed his son. Read that.
This is Exodus 20 and 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them.
Talking about them idols.
For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God,
Right.
visiting the iniquity of the fathers. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Let's go back over there now. Genesis 9. So that's why he cursed Canaan, because of what Canaan's father did. All right. Read verse, chapter and verse, Baba Bishop.
Come, just Genesis chapter 9, verse 26. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. I need a ham out here right now. I got some trash need to be taken out. All right? Hey, stop that. Hey, Lord willing you not. You know what I'm saying? All right, keep going.
Shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
Now, we got a lot of Japhites over here. You know, a bunch of head shrinkers. Some more. You know what I'm saying? The Spartans from Sosmos, okay? All right? And, you know, back then they wore the ear the togas. Now today they wear the ear togas. You know, those Spartans, man.
Come.
Hey. Read. Is that 29?
No, it's verse 28 now.
Come.
And Noah lived after the flood 350 years.
Oh.
So it was 600 years when the flood happened. And after that, he lived 350 years.
So how old was he?
He was 950 years old.
So it was 650, right? And 350, right? That's 9, that's 10.
It was 9.
650.
No, he was 600.
And 50, right?
No, just 600 years old.
Oh, okay. We'll get back to that. So, where you at?
Verse 29 now.
Go ahead.
And all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died.
Come on. That's verse 29. Let's go to Genesis 10:1. So, what do we learn from that chapter right there?
That you're not supposed to see the nakedness of your father. That's one.
Nor your brothers.
Know your brothers.
Nor your brothers. What else? Let's think about it. What we talked about. We can talk about the order. All right. We can talk about the order of, how everything else is in order, but us, we're out of order. We're under somebody else's laws. They actually stopped us from following Most High God's law. We're a dead nation. We're a conquered people. You know what I mean? As a conquered people, we follow someone else's laws. You know what I mean? That's why we die. Because it's just like vice versa. Them under our laws, they're going to die because they're not used to following those laws. Those laws were made for them. Our laws were made for us. But their laws were meant to be broken. Our laws are meant to be kept. You're going to live with our laws. With your laws, you're going to die. They die under their own damn laws.
Hey, that's facts.
What time is it?
Our laws are life. Our laws are life. All right? Let's finish this out. Genesis 10, verse 1.
The whole chapter?
Chapter 10, verse 1.
Genesis chapter 10, verse 1. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. And the sons of Japheth were Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Huam, and Tabal, and Meshach, and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Rephath, and Hormah. And the sons of Yohan, and Lishash, and Tarish, Kittim, and Dadim. And these were the levels of the Gentiles.
What we're going in is on a lot of Japhetic nations. Read.
Of the Gentiles divided in their land, everyone after his tongue, after their families and their nations.
Reverse.
Verse 16.
Okay, cool.
And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Phut, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah.
That's all we needed right there. That's all we needed right there. That's all right there. We can go to this precept real quick. Go to matter of fact, keep reading. We'll go to 32. Keep reading.
So the whole chapter.
Mm-hmm. So this is Genesis 17:6. And I will make thee exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. A lot of kings came out of Noah. And that's what he said, man. A lot of kings came out of Noah. You got Cush, Cush, Nimrod, and them, all these kings. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, and Madai. You got Cush, Canaan, Mizraim. That's the Egyptians. Keep reading.
Genesis chapter 10, verse 8. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh.
So we also remember the Tower of Babel, when the Most High confused all the languages because he looked upon them and saw them working together. All right, but they was building a tower to the heavens, and we'll get on that what they intended to do. I ain't gonna give everything away. All right, finish reading.
Out of that land went forth Ashur, and builded Nineveh,
Neviah,
and the city Reboth in Calah,
Nineveh. There you go, Nineveh. Build it, Nineveh. Go ahead.
and Resen between Nineveh and Calah, the same is great city, is a great city. And Mizraim begat Ludim, and Amin, and Labim, and Naph-
Yeah.
Naphturim,
Naphtali.
Naphturim,
Yeah, Naphtali.
and Pathrazim, and Kaluz, Kazlum,
Casluhim.
out of whom came Philistine in
Caphathron.
Caphthathron.
So right now we're gonna stop at 14. And verse 15 gets real good from there. All right, it gets real good from there.
What are you talking about?
Huh?
What are you talking?
This is just going into the kids with the lineage and everything. And this is just pointing out the kings. Actually, so look, we can go back on this and start looking the lineage and start tracing the lineage back of some of these kings and these rulers and these kingdoms. You know, this is the beginning, and this is the lineage of everything. So as we read, we're going to start to see a lot of ancestors and a lot of people saying that they are the sons of these people, because who your father is. So and that's how you track your lineage. They just give you a lineage of the people in the kingdoms and everything right now.
Kind of crazy how the Most High will, because if Ham didn't look at his father's nakedness, Ham would probably be some type of great kingdom right now. But then he looked at his father's nakedness and he got cursed. Well, he didn't get cursed; his son got cursed. Canaan, which was actually the biggest one of all of them. So. It's for a reason. You're getting judged before you were born.
Exactly. Everything happens for a reason.
Romans chapter 9, verse 11.
So it's the Most High's will. Hey, is there unrighteous in the Most High?
No. God forbid.
God forbid. This happened for a reason, man. Right? Everything happens for a reason. So this concludes a Marawchaad reading. We will, through the Spirit, continue on tomorrow. If not, I'll let you guys know. So if you have any questions, comment in the commentary, and I get a hold of you when I'll go live, and then we'll go over that breakdown through the Spirit. First one I talked about was giants in the earth. We can talk about that if you want to. We can go over precept upon precept. If you don't agree with it, you just don't agree with it, all right? So, with that, I give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh, and I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahushua. This concludes the reading, and with that, I say Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Baruch Thumb.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Baruch Thumb.